Welcome back to another edition of Morgan Dollar Mondays with Massabesic Gold and Silver. Today we are going to be looking at only raw coins and coins that are from the San Francisco Mint, so I hope you stick around. I am Dean with Massabesic Gold and Silver, and if this is the first time you're joining us, I hope that you consider liking and subscribing to our channel, as it's a lot of fun here. We love to talk coins. For the rest of you who keep coming back every single week and have already subscribed, thank you, thank you, thank you. You have no idea how much I truly appreciate you. Let's start here with this 1878S. This coin came out of an ICG graded holder. The grade from ICG was Mint State 65, and that's why I wanted to show you these coins today and talk about these coins. I want to talk a little bit about grading and a little bit about the history of the San Francisco Mint. This coin here, I would not say is Mint State 65. I actually would grade this a lot lower, but we'll get into that. So let's talk the San Francisco Mint. It originally opened for business in 1854. And, the first year, the coinage was limited really to the gold denominations, primarily $20 pieces. And then other denominations were made a little bit later in that year, including the gold dollar, quarter eagle, half eagle, and eagle. Also, the first San Francisco Mint, which actually had been built earlier as a private coinage facility for Moffett and Company, was quite cramped and poorly ventilated, and from time to time workers even fell ill there. But in 1870, the cornerstone was laid for the new mint, large in size and containing the latest innovations, according to Bowers. This, of course, was to meet the expectation of vast quantities of silver and gold continuously arriving to the San Francisco Mint. In 1874, the second San Francisco Mint opened for business and would remain open in operation until the late 1930s, when replaced by the third San Francisco Mint. At the San Francisco Mint, Morgan dollars were first struck in 1878, and this is what we're looking at here, and from that time they were continuously made through 1904 and again in 1921. In general, the coining press operators paid careful attention to their duties, were proud of their work, and turned out coins that were usually quite sharp and visually appealing. So continuing to look at this beautiful coin here, we can see that the luster is fantastic. Well, that is expected with these early San Franciscos, basically any of the San Francisco Mint coins, or I should say Morgan dollars. But that can throw you. This coin, like I said, was in a graded holder at Mint State 65. I would not consider this coin gem. The reverse is quite nice. There's very few contact marks, as we can see here. But as I was talking about the history of the mint, I hope you noticed that there were quite a few contact marks on the cheek, in the fields, and even on the rest of Liberty's head. Which would put it in that much lower grade than a Mint State 65. But let's take a closer look here. You probably notice that the coin does have a little bit of a haze to it. I don't think that's necessarily PVC. I think that's just kind of the toning that this coin has. As you can see here, as we're looking closer at the reverse, you can see there's lots of different types of toning here. Some of that kind of golden hues, but also some of that darker kind of brownish toning. So this again is not the most eye-appealing coin, but I was able to get quite a deal on it, and that's one of the reasons why I picked it up. I really believe overall the grade of this coin is probably closer to that Mint State 63. Maybe I'm being a little too harsh with the grade, but just because, like I said, this is the point of this video, is really to say, just because it has this beautiful luster that is pretty typical of a San Francisco does not mean that it's a high-grade coin. So that's why I just cannot agree with ICG on this being a Mint State 65 coin. So I do hope to send this coin and maybe the other two coins that we're going to be looking at today off to get graded either by NGC, maybe PCGS, but it's probably going to be NGC or maybe Annex, but probably NGC, just to see what they think. I do want to take a look at some other coins here, so I think the next coin we're going to take a look at here is going to be the 1879S. So this would be the second Morgan silver dollar that was struck at the San Francisco Mint. This one is quite nice. Again, this one had a grade of Mint State 64 on it. I don't think it's that far off. You know, it wasn't an old annex holder, if I remember correctly. Um, and I was able to purchase this at a little bit of a lower price. Again, it has that kind of golden tone here along the edge. Not as much a haze, but the luster is quite beautiful. But again, that's what we're talking about. That the luster on all three of these coins will be truly, truly beautiful. But that doesn't necessarily mean a high grade coin. So for some people, they might look at this coin and say, wow, I'm going to pay a lot of money for it because it is so flashy. But in reality, you know, taking a closer look here, it's not a Mint State 65 or a Mint State 66. It's probably in that Mint State 64. There is some like abrasion here almost, and it almost breaks the luster. So again, I don't know if a coin grader at NGC will consider that cleaning or not. So again, this is kind of experimental here. I don't really see it as cleaning. I think that's just from rubbing up against other coins, but I could be wrong. You can see that there are contact marks here, there, and everywhere, especially on her cheek. Nothing too distracting though. Nothing like huge. But again, this just would not be. You know, I don't think this would be a super high grade coin, especially if you go back and look at our other Morgan Dollar Mondays where I do have a Mint State 66 79S that I showed, and you can just see that this coin just doesn't match up to that same grade. But again, this is a nice coin. I think this is probably the nicest out of the three that we're going to look at today. Again, the reverse has some contact marks, nothing too major or distracting. This is just a really a decent coin from the San Francisco Mint. Again, this is a common date. We can see here that the reverse is a 79 reverse. You can see there on the fletchings how they are not parallel. I should have mentioned that when we're looking at the 78S. If you go back and look, you'll see on the 78 reverse, the fletchings of the arrows are that is the feather part of the arrow are all parallel. So if this was a 79S with a 78 reverse, it would be worth quite a bit of money. But in this case, this is a nice common date with extremely nice luster. The fields, again, aren't too bad. I would put this probably close to that Mint State 64 grade, depending if they don't look at that abrasion on the front or the obverse of the coin as cleaning. So we're going to see. I hope, like I said, in the next month to send these off through a local coin dealer to see what the grades will be. Here is an 1880S. This coin on the obverse is absolutely beautiful. This is like, to me, almost flawless other than the mark behind Liberty's head, and as I turn the coin here, you'll see it, but we're going to take a real close look here because this obverse just truly is beautiful. But you can see I'm sorry, I'm getting lost in the luster here. And this is my point. So a coin can look truly beautiful like this and still have a lower grade. This look here is, you can see right there. See that little contact mark? Somebody might look at that as a scratch. I don't know. I don't think it is. I think it's just a contact mark. But this is really how you want your Morgans to look in the sense of very little contact marks, beautiful, beautiful luster, clean cheek. Nice rim along the edge here. You can see there's no major damage. Let's get a closer look here. You know, this has some nice luster to it. Very satiny luster, I would say. Just look at how clean this cheek is. Yeah, just super clean. Even the fields, very little contact marks. Like I said, that one mark there that could be considered a scratch. I don't think it is, but we'll see. You got some die polish marks here, which again is pretty usual with the San Francisco mints. Again, just a beautiful, beautiful coin. So this is an 1880S. So this is the third year struck at the San Francisco Mint for the Morgan dollar. Again, this is a beautiful quality piece on the obverse. And that's kind of why I'm showing you this coin. I picked this coin up raw, just as an example. I didn't pay too much money on it because I don't know what they're going to grade it as. The reverse is quite chewed up. We're going to take a real closer look. The eagle seems quite frosty looking, the devices. But in the fields here, we have quite a few contact marks, bag marks. You can see here, it looks like dozens of coins dropped onto this coin as they were in the minting process and just kept on hitting the same spot, which is really a shame. I think this will affect the grade quite a bit. I don't know if I would put this as low as Mint State 62 because the obverse is so nice, but you can see here almost everywhere in the fields there are bag marks, that there are contact marks everywhere here. Even on some of the legends and the eagle itself, you can see those hit marks from other coins. So I would hope that I could get this graded at Mint State 63, maybe even a Mint State 64, but I think that's reaching because of how this obverse looks. Again, the luster is beautiful, but there's just so many contact marks. I just don't know. What they'll grade it at. Myself, I think this is a nice choice coin. I wish that the obverse, or I should say, I wish the reverse was like the obverse, but hey, you can't get it all. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you put in the comments if you're trying to get better at grading. Like I said, I'm going to try to send these off within the month here to NGC. I'm hoping to get them back before the end of the year. We'll see. Let me know if you're having a lot of luck with the coin grading companies. I know a lot of people are having a hard time with PCGS, especially with long wait times. So, like I said, it's probably going to be NGC I'm going to send them to. If not, it'll be Annex. Well, until we meet again, everybody, I hope that you stay well and continue to enjoy.